It's time for the Week 12 Upset Alert Meter, where we go through and rate each underdog's chances from no chance to it's happening based on this scale. Last week, the big developments was the ACC. Complete chaos, a couple of upsets happening there. Let's see if the chaos continues this week. Let's start over in the SEC. Texas A&M still undefeated on the season, the number 3 team in the country. They're playing a South Carolina team that has talented players, so no matter how down they are in the season, Penn State showed us last week, if you have talented players, you might still have a chance. So I'm going to go a puncher's chance for South Carolina, a team that also plays a lot better in November. What about the Oregon Ducks? They've looked downright sloppy in their last couple of outings. They barely escaped Kinnick Stadium with a win. They're back at home now. I think they should be fine. Minnesota has a shot in the dark for some of the things they've shown, but the Golden Gophers have not been playing good football recently. BYU is coming off of a humbling loss to Texas Tech. They're at home now against a TCU team that's playing with nothing to lose. TCU lost to Iowa State last weekend, but they're still a really good team with a very dangerous offense. I think BYU's in a tough spot here, especially after a physical game versus Texas Tech. I think it's happening. I think TCU pulls off the upset. Indiana looked pretty flawed against Penn State last week. They're now back at home, but it's a Wisconsin team they're playing that just pulled off an upset versus Washington. They are dangerous right now, but Indiana should be fine here. Still a shot in the dark for the Badgers, who showed some life that they haven't really had all year. Ohio State is back at home, now playing a UCLA team that had a spark at the midpoint of the season. That spark has since fizzled out for the Bruins, and so for that reason, I'm going to say no chance against Ohio State. Utah is a highly ranked team in the college football playoff rankings and is competing for an at-large bid, but they have to go on the road to play a Baylor squad that's actually pretty solid this year. They've just lost a couple close games. I'm going to say upset alert for this one. This is a pesky Baylor squad. Fresh off of their upset loss, Virginia now has to go on the road to play a Duke team that is slightly favored in this game. That line could move back and forth, but at the end of the day, Virginia's ranked, Duke is not. I think it's happening. Duke pulls off the upset. Louisville is back at home after their loss to Cal last weekend, and now they play a Clemson team that showed a little bit of life against Florida State. I think we're going to have even more chaos in the ACC. Why not? I think Clemson pulls off the upset on the road. We've got an interesting one in the Big Ten. Northwestern still looking for that 6th win. Michigan has kind of been sleepwalking through the back half of their schedule. If they're not careful, they could get caught in a tough spot here and lose at Northwestern, and I think it's definitely possible. I'm going to go with upset alert. And finally, the only Group of 5 team ranked in the college football playoffs, South Florida, has to go on the road to play Navy, trying to keep their American Conference title hopes alive. Navy has lost 2 in a row now, and we've kind of seen the mask slip a little bit for the midshipmen. They beat up on a lot of bad teams early in the season. I'm going to go a puncher's chance because they are still Navy. They're a solid squad, but definitely feels like South Florida is on another level.